In these short videos, I'm going to clarify with a little more detail each of the gratuities and rewards available to the primary member. This video covers the National Primary Array, or NPA. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how it works. So this is what the National Pre-Structured Array looks like. It consists of positions that are pre-structured and already in place. And they're put in place in a perfect 3x3 structure similar to the Worldwide Shoppers Club shared array. On the inside circle, there are 9 positions. In the middle, there are 27 positions. And then the band on the outside actually represents 81 positions. So altogether, there are 117 positions inside the National Primary Array. So what I want to do right now is work this backwards a little bit and indicate to you that this will fill from the inside out. And I'm going to show you exactly how that happens. And we're going to take one position here, and let's just blow that up. So what we're going to do is show you how this NPA number 2 position will fill. And right now it has no units. So where do the units come from? And we're going to talk about this step by step as we go through it. There's going to be 117 of these positions, but we're just zeroing in on this number 1. So first of all, as the territory units are purchased in the territories, the primary member has an equivalent NPA unit assigned to a position in the pre-structured National Primary Array. So we're going to use this one for an example. And let's suppose now the first position has already been filled, and now we're starting to fill the second position. So let's suppose we're in Chicago and someone purchases a territory unit in Chicago. But what happens is they're going to get an equivalent unit in the National Primary Array. So you can see the total just went up to 1.7. So now what happens is, similar to their fractional territory units, the contributing primary members will now have an NPA unit. So it's 1.7 and 1.7. The person from Chicago who purchased that territory unit now also has a unit inside the NPA. So now what happens is this continues in chronological order and is completely independent of the territory is involved. So let's suppose the very next unit that was bought was in Toronto. So they bought one unit. Well, that one unit, again, gets an equivalent one in the NPA. You can see the total went up to 2.7 now. And again, the person in Toronto now has an NPA unit also. Now let's continue. And let's suppose someone in Milwaukee gets 5.2 units. Well, they will also get 5.2 units from the National Primary Array. The National Primary Array is being filled up. It's now at 8.9. And the person who has the territory units also has 5.2 National Primary units. And let's just round this off by saying we're back in Chicago. Somebody buys 0.6 of a unit. They also then get 0.6, so the total goes up to 9.5. And they have the 0.6 of the unit from the National Primary Array. So you see now, primary members or contributing primary members not only have their territory units, they also have units in the National Primary Array. Now this process will continue and it can go all around the countries until that National Primary Array position number 2 is filled with 100 units. Now we move on to National Primary Array 3 and we start at 0 units, and it starts filling up again as more and more territory units are purchased. And this process will continue throughout the whole pre-structured National Primary Array. Now we had mentioned earlier about support primary members. And of course that is still the case here. After the primary territory units are assigned, the National Primary Array position will be filled with support primary members to 100. For example, maybe this primary array position had 100 units, but it was only consisted of 90 members. Remember, we want to have 100 members in each National Primary Array position. So the difference will be made up with support primary members. Repeating this, we have 100 territory units purchased by 90 primary members. We need to have 100 in each National Primary Array position, so we're going to fill that up with 10 support primary members. First of all, if they want to be a support primary member, they need to pay 25% of the current unit price for their territory. Secondly, they have no territorial ownership, but they do participate in all of the other primary rebates. They must apply after all the territory units are purchased. Then they will be interviewed and, if accepted, treated and recognized as primary members with no distinctions. They are then assigned to a position in the pre-structured National Primary Array. Then they will receive 1/2 a unit in the National Primary Array. Now, these half units are deducted from their territory primary members' National Primary Array units. Not from their territory units, from their National Primary Array units. So in this case, we have 10, and of course, half of that is 5 National Primary Array units that need to be deducted from the territory primary members. These half units for the support primary members come from the primary members who have purchased multiple territory units. These primary members will keep their full NPA unit connected to their first territory unit. On their additional units, they will keep one half of the NPA unit and make the other half of the NPA unit available for the support primary member to purchase. This then makes all the other gratuities and rewards available to the support primary member, with the exception of the territory unit overrides. This system allows the flexibility for a single primary member to own a greater portion of the territory and yet still have a team of 100 actively contributing to the development of the territory.